For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check out g2a.com, and if you need any Ultimate Team coins, then head over to FIFA. The code CHES will get you a discount on both sites, and all links are down below. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again, and welcome to episode number 37 of the Liverpool career mode here on FIFA 15. We are in the very thick of the transfer window today, heading up towards a game against Everton and then dealing with transfer deadline day. We've still got a few positions we want to fill in the starting lineup, including goalkeeper and centre mid. We're looking at Stefan Ruffier. I tried my absolute best to get Gianluigi Buffon to sign a contract. He would not do it. 300 grand a week was the maximum offer I made to him, and he just rejected everything. Said he was happy where he was, didn't want to leave Juventus, which, to be fair, is hella realistic, so fair enough. So we're looking for a centre mid as well. I was planning on moving Steven Gerrard on, but he's now said he's going to retire at the end of the season, so I can't do anything with him. So for now, Steven Gerrard stays at the club, and we have Morgan Schneidlin and Jordan Henderson as our starting centre mids, although I would like to drop Jordan Henderson to the bench and have someone else to sit alongside Morgan Schneidlin in my starting 11, and then Jordan Henderson and either Fernando or Emre Can can fill in midfield when we get either injuries or play rotation size due to fitness, etc. So I'm looking at a few players. You can see here putting bids in for Moussa Dembele. We've also put one in for Ilkay Gundogan again. I've decided to go back in for him rather than, as well as go for a few others, including Kevin Strootman and João Moutinho. But Ilkay Gundogan we went in for at the beginning of the window, and he turned us down saying he was happy where he was, but he would probably be my preference of the four that we've bid for so far, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. As you can see though, we're jumping into the game against Everton. This is the day before deadline day, and away at Goodison Park. Obviously going to be a big game. We've had a perfect start to the Barclays Premier League season so far, with a 2-0 victory and a 3-0 victory, so hoping for more of the same in this one if we possibly can. Obviously though, first first Merseyside derby of the season, especially away from home as well. After the start we've made, I was confident of getting 3 points, but I always struggle against Tim Howard whenever I play against him in career mode, so I wasn't sure how it was going to go. Heung-min Son gets himself a start in this one. Coutinho's dropped to the bench and Sterling has moved inside, which opens up the space out wide on the wing for the South Korean to slot into the first team. So we'll have to wait and see how he does. Danilo, though, on the attack in the opening couple of minutes, as you can see, he's feeding in Daniel Sturridge. Good ball into Steven Gerrard. Tries the one from distance, a spectacular strike. I had to start Stevie G in the Merseyside derby. It's just tradition. I can't leave out the stereotypical Liverpool player, the traditional Liverpool player, without I just couldn't leave him out in a Merseyside derby. We came close there to going behind. Good save down low by Matteo Perrin, and then hooked clear by Socrates, our new starting centre-back, of course. Sturridge Stowe has been integral to our great start so far, scoring 3 goals in his opening 2 games. But I mentioned how Tim Howard is incredible against me, and proving it again just there. 99 times out of 100, that would have been tidily slotted away into the bottom corner. But this time around, Tim Howard comes out with a great save, and unfortunately Raheem Sterling isn't able to put us in front. But a really entertaining first half is continuing here as Matteo Perrin again gets another good save in there from Samuel Eto'o, and that was going to lead us into the second half. The initial burst of tempo in the first half actually died down a little bit as the half went on, as players began to tire a little bit from the just end-to-end stuff that was going on. But as you can see, after a rest at half-time, it was continuing to be played at quite a high tempo, end-to-end speed, end-to-end game, very high speed being played. Lovely turn inside by Daniel Sturridge. So, and this time we are able to get the ball past Tim Howard. Thought about trying to finesse that into the far bottom corner with his right foot, but in the end he actually opened up the face of his body and decided to kind of pass it into the back of the net with his left, tucked it underneath. You see from the replay, comes inside, and then you would have thought he'd have taken it with his right, but then it just opens up his face, tidally slides, 2 words in one, the ball into the far bottom corner. So then we made a couple of changes. You can see Hesse and Douglas Costa, I believe, coming on. No, Hesse and Fernando, I think it was actually, with Douglas Costa going off and Stevie G leaving the field to play as well. Fernando on the ball here, being involved early on, plays the ball into Raheem Sterling and gets himself an assist. A great finish this time from Sterling. Beating Tim Howard at the near post, was denied earlier on, but races away in front of the Liverpool fans in sheer delight to celebrate right in front of them. That's Liverpool 2, Everton 0. And they're on the attack though as we headed towards the final minutes, but we were going to catch them on the counter. Ball breaks free here to Raheem Sterling. Obviously
definitely got the electric pace to break away. Fernando plays it into Sturridge again for the 1-2. Tries to take it early on his right foot, but again, Tim Howard with a good save. We stay at 2-0 for now, but there's going to be one more chance before the game's out. Again, it's ourselves building up some nice possession play. Heung-min Son with a brilliant turn. Then going to play the ball inside to Fernando. And again, a nice slotted through ball through the middle. Plays in Raheem Sterling. But this time, it's the post that denies us. And then Leighton Baines kicks it against Sterling. Hits him in the shins and goes over the bar. So we get a 2-0 win away from home at Everton as the third game of the season. That's 3 wins from 3 at the start of the BPL year. A lot better than we started last year. And also 3 clean sheets as well. So Socrates really has helped firm up our defensive side of things as well. Could not be happier with the way things have started in this second season. We've so far got the players in we wanted to get in, and hopefully on deadline day now we can continue to do just that. We've had bids accepted for Kevin Strootman, and Ilkay Gundogan as well will be getting offered a contract in just a moment's time after they accept my second offer. We also had to put in a second offer for Stéphane Ruffier as well. We initially, earlier on in the window, had a bid accepted for 12 million. This time though, they're really going to max me out for 19 because of course it is transfer deadline day. Teams tend to panic, players' prices tend to go up, and as you can see, I'm giving up on Sergio Busquets. I'm not going to pay close to £50 million for a central defensive midfielder. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. But we're offering 11 in the end here for Moussa Dembele as well. Used to be an out-and-out cam, but in recent years, the past couple, he's actually dropped back into a centre mid position for Tottenham, and actually developed into quite a good player in that position as well. His tackling is improved, but obviously João Moutinho was well sought after when he was at Porto and ended up going to Monaco. But could we get a bid accepted for 24 million and bring him into Anfield? We'll have to wait and see. As you can see, we've had a transfer offer now for Lazar Markovic, but we are actually going to counter that for 7 from Schalke here because he's valued at 5.5. Would like to maximise my profit if I possibly can, and of course Markovic wouldn't have been playing much for us if he would have been staying, but he's not. He's gone to Schalke for £7 million. We've had the 24 million accepted for João Moutinho. We'll offer him a contract. Just going to offer people exactly what they want on deadline day to minimise the amount of times we have to go back and forth, because of course time is of the essence on deadline day. You run out of time very quickly, and we're going to have to offer again for Moussa Dembele 13 million this time, but they were going to accept that, and we actually get to offer a contract to him as well. So Etienne have rejected the £14 million bid, so like I said earlier, are going to have to go in for 19 for Stéphane Ruffier to have that bid accepted, which isn't a problem. We've got the money available to us, and now we've had the contract offer accepted by Kevin Strootman and a transfer offer accepted for Borussia Dortmund for Ilkay Gundogan. So we're going to offer him a contract now. I think I did offer him a little bit extra in wages because he turned me down last time. An extra 20 grand, not too much. 160k a week isn't extortionate prices, and as you can see, £110,000 a week has been accepted by Kevin Strootman. But we're going to stall just now to see what happens with Moutinho, Dembele and Gundogan, because of course if you've got more options that's always better. Confirmation that Markovic has gone to Schalke, and 6 million of the 7 has gone into our transfer budget, so we actually have over 60 million to spend right now as we head towards the final hours of transfer deadline day. Transfer offer accepted for Moussa Dembele. Again, like I say, going to match whatever they want contract-wise. Did I change that to 2 years? I didn't actually. I offered him 3. He was eventually going to accept that, actually, Moussa Dembele. And again, transfer offer accepted for Stéphane Ruffier as well. Going to offer him what he wants, because he would take the first team spot away from Mattia Perrin. Although, at least for the time being, Perrin will stay in the first team because he has kept 3 clean sheets in a row in the league. So I think it would be a bit harsh to replace him immediately. And João Moutinho contract accepted. Again, though, going to stall to see what happens with the rest. And we'll have to wait and see if we can get bids accepted or contract offers accepted for Gundogan and who was the other one? Gundogan and Dembele. Again, the Kevin Strootman deal is there waiting for our response. We've had the Gundogan contract accepted as well. But wait and see what happens with Moussa Dembele before we make a final decision. You can see Gundogan is valued at 28 million and they've accepted 22. That's because his contract ends at the end of this second season. So they're just trying to cash in while they can. As you can see, though, confirmation we are bringing in Stéphane Ruffier. We now have 2 goalkeepers at the club, and now I had a decision to make. Do we bring in Moussa Dembele, João Moutinho, Ilkay Gundogan or Kevin Strootman for this centre mid spot? Like I say, going to replace Jordan Henderson in the first team to play alongside Morgan Schneiderlin. So the player can have a tendency to push forward if they so wish, which is why I've gone with Ilkay Gundogan. Obviously got the pace. He is the highest rated player of the ones we're looking at, and for £22 million, I just couldn't turn down that amount of talent for such a reasonable price. So unfortunately for Moussa Dembele, Kevin Strootman and João Moutinho, they're all going to have their offers rejected and will stick with our main man Gundogan. So he's going to be coming in from Dortmund. Also a realistic signing as well, considering he is constantly linked away from the club, especially this year with, unfortunately, the way that Borussia Dortmund's domestic season is going. But as you can see here, we've got the last hour of transfer deadline day, so I will scroll through and show you what all teams have done so far in this window. As you can see, Alexis Sanchez has gone to PSG on the right-hand side, and Javi Martinez, unsurprisingly, has gone to Chelsea. That seems to happen every single career mode say, but we've been very busy in this window. £77 million spent and £89 million made back from sales. So we've actually made profit, spent 77 million in the window and made profit from this particular transfer situation. So delighted with that. We've still got a lot of money left in the transfer kitty should we need to change something in the January transfer window a little bit later on. And of course, if we progress out of the Europa League group as well, we'll also have an extra monetary boost from that. So we're really pleased with how the start of this second season is going so far. Sat top of the league with no goals conceded after 3 games and 7 goals scored. So we could not be having a better start. Hopefully that will continue next week. The next game is actually against Manchester United, so it's going to be a big one. Confirmation of our Europa League group. We actually have Lille from France, FC Aral from Switzerland, and Lokomotiv Moscow from Russia as well. So it is a group we should be topping, although Lille will probably push us quite close because they are a very good side. But confident of being able to get results in all 3 of those games and the return legs as well. Technically, not really legs, are they? But, you know, return fixtures. So as you can see, confirmation we are still top. We were the only team after 2 games to remain with a 100% record, and we continue to be that, although there are quite a few teams in there that still remain undefeated. So we'll have to see if we can be the last team to get defeated in the Barclays Premier League. For now, though, ourselves and Spurs in the top 2, with Norwich having just got promoted up from the Championship, sit there in 3rd. Then it's the 2 Manchester clubs and Chelsea is 6th with Arsenal 7th. So a few teams where you would expect them to be, a few teams not where you would expect them to be. But for now, that will bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days. I will be streaming again tonight. Not sure whether it will be Football Manager or FIFA 15. You'll have to follow me on Twitter to find out exactly what I'll be streaming. And links to Twitter and to my Twitch channel will be in the description down below. But drop this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like I say, check the channel page for anything you may have missed. Career Mode Road to Glory later on tonight. My player tomorrow. And I will see you next time.